by 99 shop shed for cold storage.
Okay.
I inquired about it back in March and thought everything was fine. Then I found out that I need to be zoned commercial to build this building. Whether that's fact or not.
Do we have any paperwork on that? I don't have any copies. I don't know.
I don't think there is. No, I don't have anything in my paperwork either.
Yeah, there's no
So-
paperwork. Dan just called me the other night,
Yeah.
and so he has two properties here in Saratoga. One is on Bepler and Highway, and the other one is over on Moon Court. Does everybody know where Moon
Off of
Court is?
16th?
Yes.
Isn't that behind,
Yes,
yard out there?
yes.
Okay.
But that property on Moon Court is zoned residential. And he would like to build the storage building over there and operate his business out of there. But it's zoned residential. However, junkyard is commercial. You can look around in there a little bit. That's as close as I got.
The property you're looking to build a shop on, shares a border with the junkyard property? No, it's just in that vicinity.
I'll bring it up
Yes.
for you.
So if you went out to junkyard's backyard, 500 yards, I've got eight.
I was confused at first when he
So I
mentioned,
bought the first 3.5 from David Moon, Les Moon.
I know you don't want to go.
And then I bought the next 12.8 from Mike Cosby.
So do you have
Mistake, right?
residential properties next to that area?
Yeah, kind of. So my neighbor right next to me, since I bought that land, is running a tree business. And there's about 3 acres of brush that he's dumped in there. And the next so if you turn on 16th Street, there's 4 properties, and on Moon Court, there's 4 properties. Of the total of 8 properties, 3 of them are businesses, including me.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to overlook your
Yes.
so I can see what we're looking at here.
so this is an initial discussion to decide whether or not this is worth, whether we could get behind this and through the formal process of rezoning. what's that for?
Open.
Or
This
that's
is
probably-
Here, this is 16. This is more. Let's go.
Then these are residents.
Which one is his property?
I'm not sure.
16,
Which one's your
16, 12?
Just do this.
You're north or south on Moon? Of Moon.
I am South
Sprinklers.
That's it, that's it.
Central Wisconsin
First
sprinklers.
road, you went straight,
Yeah.
So it'd be right here.
So,
16.
yes, it's all mine. So,
So
no, that's the first 3.5.
Yeah,
acres.
16, 12,
I
right at
also
the
have
corner.
4.8 acres back here.
Right
So
there.
3.5
acres of trees right here on mine also.
Right.
That I
So
bought from Mike Cosby.
That's the one you'd want?
Nope, I
This
want,
one.
you see this group of trees right here? That's right here.
Okay,
is
what's
where I
right
live.
here?
That
house.
is a
That's
house,
a house also.
but it's, well, it's a business also.
Hansford,
Yes.
is that the the tree business?
Yes.
Hansford Forest Products or something.
So there's a Hansford billboard on 13. I think this is a real, I think this is a real issue.
This is the house.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
that's a little trailer there.
That's,
And
that's.
then there's a house here and a
Oh,
house there.
that's
So you want to build a shop here to do what sort of business?
Well, since 2003, I installed a sprinkler
Walter
system
Real Estate.
and.
Yeah, variable.
And I also live in Saratoga off 73, and I've outgrown.
Okay.
So right now, what it is a parking lot. So what it was a junkyard.
Sure.
I literally cleaned up 4 acres of property over the last 2 years at my expense. And now,
So is it?
my God's been dumping it since they were born.
Yeah.
And Les Moon and his family been dumping in here since they were born. And I got it all clean.
Yeah, that section.
Oh, I don't have that agenda. I was wondering where the heck that came in.
What's that?
There's no reason.
I didn't have that agenda.
So Laura, I got one other question for you. What I'd be interested in doing, where I want to do the shop that I've already done the work on. So this original parcel is 3.5, this one's 4.8. If I have to rezone something, am I allowed to? Can I make this 1.5 acres, 2 acres central Wisconsin sprinklers, and the rest of it mine personally? Or how does it work? The reason I ask is if I ever want to sell central Wisconsin sprinklers with a building and all my stuff, it won't be attached to the rest of the land.
Well, you'd have to separate the parcels.
Yeah.
Yeah, first separate the parcels, then rezone.
Okay.
But don't go to that trouble if the rezoning isn't gonna be permitted. I mean,
Yeah, because I would, so if you come down 16th Street straight down here, you know, if this all goes through someday, 2, 3, 4 years from now, what I may want to do is build a small house over here. So a driveway straight down 16th to a house, but keep the business part of it over here.
So at this point, he's just asking if you think that it will go through, if he wanted to rezone that commercial, due to the location of it, is that correct?
Yeah.
And you're not talking, you're talking about the property that's on Moon Court,
Yes.
not the one with the server
Yep.
access.
So
So
if you drove by there now, there's a parking lot there.
So you'd be surrounded by residential properties,
1612.
It's zoned rural residential.
yes, at this
Everything
time.
there, yeah. So there's a business down from me, there's a business on the corner.
What is the?
The Denny's Repairs on 16th Street and then the Hansford is on 16th. Right on the corner by me.
10%.
Which, of course, neither one of them did we know about.
Yeah, I'm just.
Denny's Repairs been there for
Yeah,
20, 30
Denny's
years.
Denny's
say that
Repair
was
is also zone residential.
So is it that we missed it, or is it a home-based business? And what kind of repair?
Auto.
Oh my gosh, you are kidding.
if it's been there for 20, 30 years.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
It's,
He's been fixing my truck for 15.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I knew that this land was for sale.
Okay.
A few years ago.
So, okay,
And then right on the corner by me, right, oh, I'm sorry, is that you?
you're okay.
So right here on the corner is a tree service.
Where,
On the
Right
corner,
off the corner of
on the.
Just west,
inside,
just west,
inside the corner or?
Straight across from you or? down?
outside the corner, not inside the corner.
Outside the corner?
So, right
Right here.
No, the other way.
here. No, right here. That was.
And that's Devon.
Floyd Neuter?
That's Devon, yep.
Yes.
No, hands are.
Tree
Yeah.
business.
Oh,
See, I didn't.
So I have
So
no
are they
business
listing,
permit.
when you say that's a tree business, they're just listing it as their business or they have?
There's
Well,
equipment.
it's commercial
equipment?
there anyway.
Is it,
In the last year and a half, they dumped over 3 acres of brush.
it's not commercial.
well, I was just questioning,
Because
because
we had
remember we
this-
rezoned all that for
We had the
behind
zoning.
Junkyard?
We
Yeah.
had this.
For Osborne.
Because we had
Long
that
time
question.
ago.
So
about
he's saying there's.
Because I think that Mike
here and here.
rezoned it when I
Yeah.
saw it, because there's
what's
Peterson
here?
there then.
Yeah.
I thought, no, that's right.
That's here.
Yeah. Denny's right here. Where all the cars
It's on 16th.
Oh,
Oh,
16th.
they're on the corner.
Oh, well,
Sounds like.
I'm on the
block.
Hansford lot, right? The
Yes.
tree
Yes,
service,
you are.
local zoning, highway commercial. Maybe we're trusting that's accurate.
Yeah.
I think it was because it all happened with that.
Let me take a look at my map because
So,
I would have done it by pencil.
That house that you just looked at, Mike had that rezoned because he needed, I either needed to buy his property or he needed to buy some of mine for it.
So it's
For
us.
right.
access, for
Yeah.
legal access.
So I bought
Actual
his
zoning
land
is different.
and then he was,
What's listed there.
I just,
so
I'm
it
drawing, I'm
has
seeing a
nothing.
difference between,
nothing
and it's
to
probably
do with
because
it.
this was originally part of
It's
a
too
bigger
bad
chunk
for
that was
lots.
on 13,
Yeah,
whereas
like
like this,
that.
where this wouldn't have been.
But if it-
So we did do that.
It's just an assessment.
So
So that,
it goes right here is all commercial. This is all commercial.
Everything on the
Yeah,
west side of 16th.
you got that.
because there was the driveway issue.
Right,
We had
because
the-
Osborne wanted to,
I remember,
Yes.
yeah.
so everything I have in
But
blue then is all
this-
commercial.
that's-
This is highway commercial as well.
yes.
So
But
this
you
is
don't
already
want to
commercial.
build your shop.
I wouldn't like to, I would like.
So
to
you would
put it-
like the adjacent property to that be zoned commercial.
Yeah.
That's helpful,
So
right?
this-
Yeah, that is
Because
helpful.
this is already, but right here where these trees are, that's really where I'd like to put the building.
Yeah,
This one's already.
We're telling you, you
Yeah.
have a much better chance of getting this rezoning when this property and your property are currently highway commercial and you're
Yeah.
directly adjacent to those two. That helps your cause because we're not approving something on an island where it's highway commercial in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, right.
That's really hard to justify.
Okay.
He's got
But
3.5
yeah, these ones are already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10%.
It's basically saying, are we willing to consider a rezoning that would let this become
Well,
part of?
if this is a auto repair business, I surely would love to see that.
No, this one is right here.
That's up here.
Oh,
Rural
That was here.
residential.
But
But,
How
yeah,
about
that makes
building-
sense. It's a lot easier.
How big a
more
building?
health.
90.
50 by 99?
How big a building?
50 by 99, 14 foot.
Well, he can do that on residential property too,
I know.
but
But not if he's running a business out of it, is what you're
Right,
saying, right?
right.
That was my first, when I heard him say it, I'm like, why does he need to rezone, just put a shed up? But if it's an operational business, then yeah.
Yeah, but if he's operating the business himself, being residential, you can upgrade business while you're residential. correct?
not, he's got, oh, Dan, do you have employees?
Not currently, no. I have one self-employed 1099 worker,
Subcontractor.
Um,
but in the next couple of 2-3 years, I would.
Josh.
Yes.
Any rezoning ends up going to a, I forget
Yeah,
the terms.
we're not to that point. I
No.
gotta notify all the neighbors and stuff.
Right, it's an open
Yes,
Go public
session, public hearing, yeah. Okay, I just wanted to refresh my memory. I think there's only been one of those since I've been involved in this, so.
he's just asking before he goes through all the trouble. of-
Right,
Yeah, so I'm at the point now where I've already gone to the bank and sitting there, and I'm not in a hurry at all. My only hurry right now is that diesel $6 a gallon, and my building's probably gonna go up $10,000-$20,000 here shortly.
So
If
we
the
could-
building gets built this year or next year, I don't really care. I just like to get it repaired.
We could put it on the agenda for next month, and I could get all the public hearing stuff done if he wants to follow through with this. So it'd be on your agenda.
what's our discussion based on that? We know it's on the agenda, we can discuss it now. I mean, if I were in issues, I'd wanna know if there was at least a spirit of support for it or not.
I agree with your statement of it. It's much easier to get this zoned commercial because the adjacent property and the same owner are commercial. You're basically just extending that commercial.
Is he gonna have any fits when and not to look this far down the road, but I'd wanna know, you mentioned that 3-5 years from now, maybe he wants to build a house on it, or I can't recall off the top of my head what's allowed in highway commercial for residential.
Yeah, it diverts back to, regular commercial, which diverts back to rural residential,
Okay.
so he should be fine as long as he keeps the lot size what he needs for.
So I've never done this before. I spent $90,000 on the land, and now I'm finding out that I can't just do whatever I want.
We're not laughing at you, we're laughing with you.
Oh, you can laugh at me. I can take it.
It happens.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it.
Neither am I.
I think if it were off, a half block away or half mile down the road, less precedent of other business activities in the vicinity. I mean, it's very close to 13.
Well, and the resident, if we have a public hearing, if the residents come, if there's enough of them come and say no, then.
That's
you
gotta
have to
be
take
taken
that
into
account. But
So we would,
if not,
if we went through with this and if we put this on the agenda for next month, we would have a public hearing. Lorelei? We'd
Yes,
have a
yes,
public
sir.
hearing before that
Ye-
next plan commission.
Yes,
It would be a 6 o'clock public hearing and then plan
Yeah.
commission to follow.
And then that would be our potential action to either recommend or not recommend approval to the town board.
After that public hearing.
I think
So if you'd like that, if you'd like to go forward with
Absolutely.
rezoning that to commercial, then we'll put you on the agenda for next month
Yeah, perfect.
and we'll have a public hearing.
So what do you need from me? Do I need, everybody else has got papers and I'm just sitting.
no, contact me, Dan, but I'll get the process going and then I'll contact you and I'm gonna need $300.
Each of us.
Strike two, I guess. Strike two.
So Lorelei, then it's on the town's responsibility to notify the
It is
adjacent,
mine.
okay. So to make sure that they are aware that
Yes.
this is being discussed. and that
It
they have
goes in the
concerns.
paper. I notify all the neighbors. They have the opportunity to come in and say yes or no. And then the plan commission makes a decision based on what they're hearing. They make a recommendation to the board. The board takes their recommendation in consideration for their decision. That doesn't mean they're gonna agree with the plan commission. 9 times out of 10 they do. But, and then the board has the final say. And once that's done, then the county is notified and the county changes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Question order material for you.
If you're confident that your neighbors are gonna support you, yeah,
Neighbors, the only neighbor I've ever met, y'all then.
Oh.
We're off to a good start.
I was in a backhoe spreading gravel, I could hear him from across the street. It was like noon. I said, is there an issue? And there was.
I won't put that in the minutes.
I can tell you that you will have a yes or a no by,
Following board meeting.
June 17th.
Okay.
That night, the board will meet and they will tell you yes or no. But you'll have
So I
a,
don't need a print of the building or none of that here. I have all
no, I don't care about the
No,
building. All I care about is the land.
This is just a zoning request,
Yeah.
a zoning change.
Your building would go through regardless.
Yeah,
It's just, what the land is.
but if I can't have the business there, then I might open it up for sale.
True that?
Because I want to sell my house. Once I have a building approved, then I want to sell my house.
Here.
Yeah, over here.
Yep.
So, but I've got to have a building to work out first.
So Dan, I'm actually leaving for Switzerland on Sunday.
Are you really? Are you going to be back by June 16th?
I'll be back by June 1st.
Oh.
So if you just get a hold of me after June 1st, and then come into my office, we'll fill out the paperwork and we'll get things going.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, perfect.
all right.
So permits for the building, assuming that this all works out, then I come in and get permits for the building and,
Through Josh.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's cool.
I'm sorry, Josh, Cole,
yeah.
the guy with all the tattoos.
I don't know.
Oh, very nice guy.
I
You-
called him several times. He has not called him back.
Okay.
If this goes through, will he still contact Josh? Because it's.
Yes, he'll still, he doesn't necessarily have to do commercial unless he's going to operate his business out of there. If he's just gonna store equipment in there, it can stay. That's
But
a
if you-
real
But
fine.
you
I was
had
just-
stated in the future you were gonna
Yeah.
have business out of there.
Yeah, then you'll have to, I'll walk you through that.
It's gonna take me 2-3 years, because I intend, and I borrowed money to build a building, but I'm gonna pay for the inside myself.
Okay, so
So,
I'll
I mean,
walk you
yes, I
through
can
that.
afford to pay somebody for concrete, which, you know, if every one you put in a sprinkler system might take more money.
I'll walk you through that,
Nice little pitch there.
even the building.
All right.
You still
If I
have
was a commercial
letters from the
inspector, so I can do that.
people on.
After June 1st.
shooting club.
I gave him back to,
Okay.
I know who they were.
Did
Yeah,
all
I
your
do
answers?
too. I was just gonna,
I think so.
cause the one was,
Thanks.
One
All right.
I'm
Item
caught-
agenda,
I'm caught up. Which one are we?
agenda item next month.
Yeah. Circled, yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Bye,
good to see you.
guys. Yep, take care, guys.
All right. Item number 13, CSM Courtney Goodwin, parcel 1800-501. Lots located on Bell Road. Whereabouts on Bell Road is?
long way south. Long way south.
By Tower.
Which side of the road is this?
It's on the west side of the.
West side of
There's a
the.
sign
Did
up.
I enclose the parcel number? I think I did.
Yeah, 1800-501.
501.
Yep.
It's under, Red Circle Farms or farmland. I don't know which one
I
is
didn't
under.
even look at the ownership. of
Full
it.
Circle Farmland.
Full
Yeah.
Circle, yeah, because he's in the process of paying off the,
Full circle or a good one?
Goodwin is paying off MFL,
That's what I was,
back taxes.
yeah.
To
Any
get
idea what,
ownership.
just for informational, what that would be?
I have no,
Since it's a 99 contract.
yeah, I have no idea, but he bought, I believe, 3 of them,
It's on the north.
340s.
Yeah, which corner of?
It's not a corner,
No.
it's mid parcel.
Parcel.
Just before you get to Towers?
Yes,
Before,
No, thanks. No, that's not, it goes south. Farther south.
85. Oh my gosh.
if you put in this address, I can, it'll help you.
42, 501, right here.
Right, across from 13621.
Okay, I wish I could see what he's saying. You could just type in. You don't have to show me, but you can type in the parcel number and boom, takes you right to it.
Yeah.
Did it not work?
No, it did not work.
Oh.
I tried it at home. It did not work.
Really?
Yes, I went to parcel number and then I went up on the top and I punched in, it says not there. No, no record,
Lorelai's
501.
same parcel as.
So I guess it was the other one. It was the J.
Is that
It
the
must
same
have been
parcel
one.
where the Goodwin construction sign is?
I think that's down.
I don't know that. He
That's further
bought
to the
several
south.
parcels, so I'm not sure which one it is
Okay.
where the sign is. I
The
know.
sign is south of the tower.
Yeah, but so is his parcel. It's the second 40 south of 20
What?
of Howard.
Right there, right here.
It's right across.
3621.
Yeah, that's what the sign is.
Okay.
Over there, right here.
All I know is that that's the best land split I ever seen.
I was gonna
Long
say,
driveways, and I did have a gentleman call me today that's buying 2 of the parcels off this,
Of these 4.
and just for one house. He just wants privacy.
You definitely get it there.
yeah,
I'd hate to pay it for it.
I don't, this is not the weird flag shapes. This is not
That's what I like.
One that,
skinny at the front. This is not, you know.
like
bunch of
Lorelai said, we
easements.
have no, there's no frontage argument here at all.
That-
Yeah.
Right, so if we're gonna have people doing this in the town, this is probably one of the best ways to do it. I understand the rationale behind it. A couple of these get bought up and a couple houses get built and.
My only complaint on the CSM is that Whipple did his normal thing and went all the way to the center line of the road.
Yep, I'd seen that too, but he didn't need to.
But that's the way the land is described in the
Yeah.
register of deeds, and
It
he
is.
did his thing. So rather than
So does that mean you pay taxes to the center
you
then?
pay
Yes, it does.
taxes to the center of the road. But you can go into the county
And change it.
treasurer office and make a complaint and then change it. But it just, he does it on every one and it just irks me.
Yep, I agree.
You can write him a letter and ask him why.
He's already had letters sent
Yeah.
to him by the county. I actually talked to him this afternoon.
He's actually doing a disservice to his customer.
Yes, he is.
And he's doing a service to the town,
Oh.
because we're collecting
I don't-
more tax revenue.
I don't see any reason we would even have to sit and discuss this.
Right.
It matches everything that we do.
You like that.
You make a motion? I make a motion to accept the CSM for the Elgin for 18045.
So the motion you're making is a recommendation to the board?
Recommendation to the board, yep.
Wait,
thank
wait,
you.
wait, she can't make that motion. You didn't send in your papers yet, have you?
What papers?
Your,
Oh, no, I can't.
so she's not legally a member.
Oh, you're not? Well, I get the.
I know it's a technicality,
Well,
but
I'm sure glad you brought that up. So the minutes should probably reflect that.
Quorum was had, but not a quorum, in a way.
Oh, it is a quorum because I'm an alternate.
I know James, and I had James as the alternate, but he'd be a voting member
yeah,
tonight.
who was that,
That
Rob?
would be two
Who's
then.
up at the same time you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You haven't sent yours in either.
Can we leave? We're done then?
I'll make that motion.
Patty's got the motion. I'm gonna make sure the minutes reflect
And
that
I'll
we still
second
have a quorum.
And I'll
James
second.
is a voting member tonight.
Yes.
This is all good.
sorry, but.
And
Good catch, I never.
It was a good catch.
recommendation to approve recommend approval to the board for the CSM as presented by Patty. Who is the second?
James?
Me. Now that I know I can vote.
There you go.
And as far as any votes, prior to this one tonight, they've been unanimous anyway.
Yeah, they haven't made any motions, I think.
Oh, yeah, got it.
So we have a motion. We have a motion to recommend approval of the CSM for Courtney Goodwin, 1800-501. Motion made by
Aye.
Christie. Or, sorry, Patty, because she's not here. And seconded by James. All those in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but when you made the motion, I had to say something.
And I'm over here encouraging her and getting her all fired up. I'm like, hoorah, rah.
Hoorah, rah.
All right,
Doesn't actually have to be notarized, that is the holdup. I can't get anywhere before work.
He can do it, right?
Really?
I'm a notary.
All you have to do is stop.
Should've
in
put that
between-
note in
between
the town
10
hall there.
Stop in
See?
between 10 and 2.
I work till.
Should've brought it in
4:30.
tonight.
You can have
Could've brought my
notaries at
stamp.
work.
What's that?
Anybody can notarize it. I mean, anybody who's a notary.
I don't
At work?
know anybody.
Yeah.
No, not at work.
Every bank.
Yeah,
I
and
can't get there in time. When I go there.
Until 5:30.
well, now you have Adam.
So you can write
Now I have it.
next time.
all right.
I just stamp. I'll just run over to your house.
I'll bring my stamp. You gotta let me know when. Gotta have my stamp with me.
Next meeting. I just wait till next meeting.
I'll bring my stamp.
Before the meeting, you get both ours.
Deal.
What's a notary charge?
It's non-agenda.
Goodness.
Nothing.
Moving forward.
I'm gonna move back to the top of my marks and go to item number 8, information and updates from recreational ad hoc committee.
Circling back.
If I'm allowed. Yes, Rob is here as an ad hoc committee member. Go ahead, Rob. Get the floor.
That works, okay.
She's actually the president of the ad hoc committee.
But we're still working on getting approval for some routes for the bike trail, that's all. Not really approval, but just trying to get some. We finally got a response from Enbridge. They won't allow any lateral trail to go through any of their parcels, but we can go 90 degrees across them if we notify them and work with them with it. We're having difficulty trying to cross the 10 Mile Creek safely. The snowmobile bridge is kind of on the back burner right now. I've been in discussions with the DNR and one property owner. That doesn't look like it's going to happen, I don't think. So we're kind of focusing on Bell Road, or Enbridge would consider allowing possible bridge across the 10 Mile Creek on their pipeline easement if the two landowners would agree to it. So we would have to get approval from the landowners on both sides of the creek. One's Sheldon Perky and the other one's Brian Fleming, and it would end up going to the end of Love Road then. So that might be something we might look at or pursue. Otherwise, it's Bell Road, and the DNR. It's going to be a process to deal with the DNR and the DOT for that. So, I mean, that's not going to be anything that's going to happen fast. So the DNR mentioned maybe a separate bridge than using the concrete bridge, and I still haven't got any information from the DOT yet. I've got a couple people that I've talked to, but no answers. So that's about it. As far as the right of ways, I sent Lorelei you a thing, and I got to follow up on that a little more for some clarity. But if we do have to use the Bell Road Bridge, or that's a possibility, we would have to come up to the north along Bell Road to probably Tower. We'd have to utilize the road right away that the town of Saratoga owns. But what that all entails, we're going to have to find out what we can actually do, what we can't do. There's utilities there.
Right.
That we would be going over the top of. We'd be crossing the two town roads. Some of that's got a little ditch in it, so it's kind of a lot of stuff would have to be clarified with that. So it's usually how most of the municipalities do it, though. They use the road, the public road right away, and put the trail in off. You have to have 5 feet between the pavement and the trail itself. So if you have to have that much room for a road right away, you have to have that much room. But there's a lot of stuff we'd have to find out, get a lot of answers first. So that's where we're at. It's a long process because it's hard to get the DOT to get back with you, the DNR to get back. It takes 2 months for the DNR to talk to a couple people and get back. So it's just going to be a long process. And I know that I spoke to the people in Rome again, and she said it was 2 years before they even started getting bids, just trying to get the land lined up and the route lined up. And they only went 1 mile, so we're going 8. So it's gonna be a while. I mean, it's not, this is gonna be step by step. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're just kind of waiting, and we need to get some more answers. So I will get together with you probably whenever
Okay.
you get a chance.
The only thing that I'm thinking is using a right of way is fine, but one side is where they put the utilities and the other side is usually empty. The empty side is the one that you'd be able to use, because if you use the side that has the utilities in and you put something over top of the utilities, you're compacting the ground, and that's not a good thing. So I can see on the other side.
And I don't know, yeah, I'd have to find what side the utilities are on,
I don't know either.
and then crossing landowners' driveways. There's a lot of stuff we have to make sure that, because a couple of the developers or the people who do this for a living, I called quite a few of them actually and asked, what their processes were, and to have someone come here if they're in the area and just show them a couple different options. And
Yeah.
The first thing they say is, you got to make sure you have every landowner's consent to cross their driveways. You don't need it, but if you don't have it, they'll stall the whole process right in its tracks. So you got to make sure you have to have everything in order and lined up and everything. So ahead of time, you can't just say we're going to put a bike trail down through here, because you get to someone's driveway and you start putting a trail on their right of way in front of their property, they can stop the project, and we don't want that. The contractors, that's what they run into all the time. So
Makes sense.
that's where we're at with that. So
Rob, I got a question. You mentioned no lateral trail on Enbridge 90 only. Do they have the property that you're talking to them about? Is it like a narrow? So they won't let you run down their property, but
we can cross it at a 90 degrees. We have to at some point, no matter what.
Enbridge don't own most of that. Most of that is right away.
Yeah,
Most of
it's just the lease.
It's the lease, yep.
Yeah.
But they do have some saying what can be done.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna
Not
cross the
all.
pipe without the miller.
They would have that language would have to be written up in the lease agreement that they have to cross people's property. So,
And even utilities, Lorelei, as long as certain conditions are met, you can run over top of them. They cross roads all the time.
Yeah.
But if they gotta tear them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can avoid it, that's the better option.
Right.
But yeah, there might be an area where you just
They do a lot of boring though, too. Open cut.
all right. Anything else on that?
no, that's it.
All right.
Plug it away.
Still making progress. That's good.
and in the time you spent exploring it and the people you've talked to, have you heard even one negative or naysayer or anybody that said, because I had a couple people that just, and when they're talking, because I've mentioned to people if they're interested in pitching in, and everybody that is presented the idea of a nice trail in the town that could be a resource and asset for the town, it's always positive. So it's right on track. I mean, this idea didn't come out of nowhere. You said it was one of the top things that residents voted for or commented on that would meet their desires. So I don't know. I just was wondering if you're catching any negativity at any turn.
No, not until what we're doing, I guess, is just contacting as many people as we can and get as much information and trying to find out. What we're finding out is where we can't go with it more than where we can go with it at this point. We're getting more, this isn't going to work. So now we've got a lot of different directions here. So we're just eliminating the ones that we can't. And when we get to a couple that we can, then we'll have to we'll have to, look into it as a board and get more involved with it as a whole board than just us. So.
Enbridge sometimes does community outreach. I know 5 years ago they gave them a pickup truck. just because he worked in the township.
They did say they're open to helping out with some stuff, but
Yeah.
as far as using their land, you know,
Right.
that's. there's
Well,
a-
they have rules.
There's.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. Item number 10, solar project updates and discussion. That's a recurring item on our agenda. Does anybody have anything that they want to discuss as far as the solar project? Lorelei, go ahead.
Two things. The Saratoga Solar, all the wood chips are being hauled away.
I was wondering, I see a lot of their.
Yeah.
The Auburndale truck going through town.
Right, they're all being hauled there. And they work usually from 8 in the morning until 8 at night, just hauling round trip. That's the Saratoga Solar. Akron Solar has contacted us in regards to an agreement. And we are working with the county because before with our other solar projects, the agreements were paid for by actually them. But the solar, they paid for the attorneys. In this particular case, Akron Solar is not going to give Saratoga any money because none of the solar arrays are in Saratoga. So we're working with the county's lawyer, which is Nick Flanagan, and he was our attorney, so he's very cognitive of Saratoga. And I have asked that we get a percentage of the income that is coming from that solar.
Where's that one?
It comes into Saratoga on
Oh,
approximately.
that's on the one in
40
Adams County?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Adams County. So we're working out an agreement now, and for us to get, we're asking, I believe we figured out 7%. It doesn't sound like much, but it's money. And all they're doing, I shouldn't say all they're doing, they are putting like a tower on our property, a substation, on Saratoga property, and they're leasing that. So we really don't have a whole lot of say, but and then I also asked for them to finish Adams County Road. I think that's what it's called.
Adams Avenue.
Adams Avenue, thank you. Adams Avenue to that.
And they're pretty much all the way to the end, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it
They would
15th
have
that
to.
runs off the end of the road, or isn't there even an end?
There isn't anything. It just ends. There's a house on the end, and then we're done.
There's nothing going into Rome off of there.
No. So they have
Yeah,
to.
there's a road goes off.
Well, they do. They can go south, right?
Yeah, you go south
Yeah.
on 15th, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
thought it was 15th. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
So right now, if they continue Adams Avenue, it's actually a driveway for homeowners. So if they do continue it to where they want to put the substation in and pave it, that would be beneficial to us. So
Okay, the whole stretch. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mile and a half.
so
I'll take that.
we can ask.
Mile and a half of paved road.
We're going to ask, and we'll see what we receive. So, but that's all we got going right now. And of course, you all are aware that the meeting that we just had, the buildings were approved, and
Wait, can we go back to solar? Can I see?
Yeah, we're on solar.
Because you were jumping to the new building.
no, I'm jumping to the solar that is going to be paying for the new building. But go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I
No,
missed
that's
that
okay.
part. Go ahead, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, I think you're all aware that the
I'm
solar
on Adams Avenue.
it's going to be about 75% of the solar.
Okay.
Right here. So what are they doing on our property or town of Saratoga's property? Like I see your brother owns it, correct, Sheldon?
Yes,
So what are they putting on
A
the town of
substation.
Saratoga? So transformers, substation?
it's a building, yeah, with the transformer. Yes,
Do we get is that on the
No.
tax roll?
no, we got nothing.
I thought that way back when they rebuilt that one down by you, so that Claude told me Well, I'm glad you mentioned it, so I can get it on the tax roll.
No, because they're leasing this land. They didn't buy it.
Well, yeah, but whoever's got the.
Sheldon will probably get paid. But
Yeah, I'm just wondering because of what's out there
yeah.
on Mill Avenue and what's over there by you.
In the JDA, nothing was said about.
Yeah, but in Open Book, I got a meeting going on at the same time as Open Book, so I won't get a chance to talk to him. So.
I'll ask them about it.
But
though.
I thought that, well, we can look it up here too to see if anything's there. But I would think maybe with the utility that it's like the solar array, they're exempt or something.
I kind of think they are, because that's why they pay taxes in lieu of.
But like I said, seemed like Claude was real happy that I had mentioned something to him at that time, but that was a long time ago.
Okay. Keep that in mind though. Christy, you had a question for me?
Well, no, it actually wasn't a question, but it is about the solar thing. So the last 2 months, essentially, we've been talking about the battery storage, and
Yes.
there is no plan yet for battery storage. And then last month, we had the folks come and talk about the batteries. And then I left here and I went down a rabbit hole of research in regards to what current ordinances are across the United States in regards to containment of water under battery storage areas and the whole shebang, and what's legally defensible, what isn't legally defensible. And I talked to Josh before the meeting that I have a document that I would like to send to everybody in regards to the ordinance can't necessarily be about the battery storage itself,
Okay.
but it is under conditional uses for hazard material because what is in the battery.
Send it to me as soon as possible, if you
yeah.
would, please.
Well, I can give you this notes that I have. I or printed them out, but I didn't know the legalities of just printing it and giving it to everybody. But it is all about
Okay, sharing information.
how we can create an ordinance. So I didn't know for sure if I could share it with everybody here. I have copies, but
I wouldn't mind reading it.
yeah.
Well,
but Josh said he would.
You're
print it
sharing
out.
an ordinance suggestion, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't know the legalities of bringing something that wasn't in the packet.
Well, we are, solar project updates and discussion is an agenda item, and this involves that, so,
It's okay then?
yeah, absolutely. And then I won't have to forget to distribute it.
So the main way we can get at it, especially because of the groundwater table here in Saratoga, is I passed it.
You know,
Did you know? Am I short one?
Did you give me one already?
Yeah.
Do we have one?
Well, we're short.
well, I'm short.
That's because you give me one.
So anyway, going back, we can definitely address it by going, because of our groundwater table here, as a groundwater protection situation for hazard materials.
Okay.
And what you see here is a very, very condensed kind of notes. I had AI put all of my stuff that I had saved in the document and kind of pull it together to try to create like just the basic, what is this? How can we go about it? What's legally defensible? I took it all the way that far.
Yeah.
What isn't? And so what you see here is just a very like big umbrella overview of how I think we could put something in place. Because the battery storage plan is not presented here in Saratoga yet, that, if we are really concerned about it, and we have kind of talked about, well, they haven't given us the plan yet, we don't know if we can, request or encourage. Well, maybe we don't wait to try to encourage them to do something. We have something into place saying, this is as part of you building something with hazardous material that may impact our groundwater. Here's, a conditional ordinance for it.
Sounds like sooner the better.
I'd like to add to some of this. The NFPA 855, you can't even read the thing without buying it, which I'd like to see. And I don't know if Mike Harches would be willing to come one night. I'd like to see everything that he might need paid for by their system.
Okay. Okay. You have to realize something. So the fire departments are paid for by our taxes.
Right,
Okay.
but they're not.
The
on the
utilities
system.
are not, they don't pay taxes, they
Mhm.
pay utility aid,
Okay,
and then we get it.
right,
So the fire departments are angry that they're not getting tax revenue to protect these places.
exactly.
But as far as equipment to protect themselves and the Saratoga for these batteries, we have already done that.
You have,
Yes.
Okay.
With the first solar, they needed specific nozzles. With every solar, they get specific training on site, in-house.
annually,
That I don't know if it's
'cause that's part of
annually.
the NFPA 855.
If it's required by NFPA, then I'm sure they do. But
And the UL 9540A is the testing requirements of their equipment.
that's the equipment. Yes,
Mhm.
that's the equipment. So what I'm saying is that we have addressed that with the fire departments already, but if we have someone coming to speak, I would rather it be a party that doesn't have.
It's not linked. And Mike,
Yeah.
Mike is so knowledgeable, that's why. I'm
Mike is
using him.
very, very good. I rely on him for so much, but I also understand the situation that he's in, and he has asked for specific things and we have made them happen. We are not going to leave our town unprotected and our fire department wanting. So I don't have a problem with what Mike needs and getting it fulfilled. What I would like to see though is a document like this, so we know what we're talking about as far as protection for our citizens before it gets to the fire stage. So this is great. I wish it was a little more comprehensive so that I could get the.
Well, I'd like to read 855, but it's $180 or $170.
I might have it.
Okay.
Um,
I started this because Rob asked about the off-gassing, and there's actually a lot to that. I'm still putting it together.
yeah, but I don't think the fire code is up to date with these battery storage. In
I
fact,
don't know
I'm
about that, but I
almost
can tell you,
positive it's not.
I'm starting to go down the list, and because I was hazmat trained for 10 years,
Yeah.
I'm starting to go down the list to see how stuff reacts when they dump water on it, what happens, all that.
I guess what I'm saying is, technology is advancing so fast that the codes cannot keep up because codes only change every so many years.
Yeah.
So I got a feeling that 855 is just pretty generic. However,
I am making an assumption too that they're using the latest battery technology in this new solar farm,
I would agree that
because there's two different systems.
I would think they'd use the most economically feasible batteries that they could get. I was very surprised to learn that the batteries were only good for 25 years. That surprised me. I mean, I should have been cognitive of that because, when your cell phone or your flashlight batteries deplete.
Yeah.
But I never thought about it in that situation because you're always thinking of recharging all the time.
I don't see a battery of any sort lasting 25 years.
But I never thought
That's
of it.
actually pretty
You
good.
can't keep a car battery to last 2 years.
Yeah, I had one that just went out at 9 years.
So I guess getting back to this, I think this is an excellent piece of information. And
Worth being an agenda item
Yes.
next meeting, and we'll study it a little bit, and
Yeah.
we put the operations ordinance together pretty lickety split. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah, by next meeting we should try
Yeah,
something.
I definitely can't write an ordinance like that, like you do, but this just gives us a background of what I think we definitely need. I hope that's in there. And the purpose of it.
I see AI did this, and
Oh, yeah.
I see what they took this and made it this, And now I'm gonna have to take it from this
Go
to make
back.
it this.
Well, I can kind of work my way backwards for you.
Okay,
Because there isn't ordinances written specifically in regards to the bladders under batteries, but there is a ton of states and communities looking into it right now.
okay.
And that's why I was able to pull out bits and pieces of where it can be legally defensible to put it in, and we have justification for it, because we're not the only community talking about it, but there doesn't really seem to be any community that has implemented it. Yeah. But I also had to go down 2 different paths to pull it together, because the ordinance itself can't be about just the battery storage. It had to go from the environmental protection side, so it was kind of dividing and pulling it back in.
And I was just trying to, in my own head, brainstorming, it would be some sort of safety and environmental ordinance.
Environmental protection ordinance. That's what I call it.
That the batteries would fall under.
Oh, yeah. Well, any
Hazardous materials.
a data storage, yeah, anything that's gonna possibly seep into the ground or air or, yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Environmental protection ordinance.
Yeah.
That would be the agenda name.
And
Right.
for discussion.
Yeah, I would just like to see the discussion move forward, and because
Yeah,
we've
we'll-
just been kind of circling around it all.
We'll still have solar.
Intrigued into what's in them.
We'll still have solar on the agenda.
Yeah.
Solar updates on the agenda, but this one will be
There's a lot
additional.
more than so.
Right.
Well, based on the presentation, I think we need to be on guard. I really do. I just think that we need to make sure that we protecting our residents and not going by what someone else is saying.
I agree.
That's our job.
All right. Moving on to item number 11. Review and discuss ordinance regarding storage containers. I don't know that we want to spend too much time on this today, just considering what time it is. But I have received, and I think I mentioned this at the last meeting during my informational announcements, received numerous inquiries of why we don't allow storage containers on private property. What's our reasoning? There was mentioned you buy land